Good morning, everyone. I'm just going to take a second and I'm going to load our video and our comments. I am Fifi McLeod and I'm Fifi the Paper Crafter across social media. And today we're going to be working on part 8 of our File Folder Folio Journal. Here we go. And I just pulled up our video and my comments. I just need to plug in and we're ready to go. I'll just give everyone a second to come in. There we go. There, that should be better. I'll make sure my volume's all turned down and everything's good to go. Hi, Morik. Thanks for joining me. Good morning, love. So I'm super excited for our next part. And I'm mostly prepared. Okay, here we go. I'm just going to give everyone a second to come in and we can get right into it. So I'm excited, guys. We're almost done. We have probably, I would say, 2 more videos. So today we're going to finish up the inside of the journal. And then next week we're going to do our journal attachment and our front cover. So that's what we're going to do next week, and that'll complete our little mini series for this project. And I'll just recap quickly while we're waiting for everyone to come in. So basically we've made a file folder folio. We did mixed media on the whole outside of it, and that's what this looks like here. Our cover, we did mixed media on the whole outside, and then when we turn it over, on the front panel here, we made a little mini booklet, which we attached using 2 holes and a piece of twine, and I used crochet thread to sew in the actual little journal together. So that's here. Over here we have our element with the flip, and then this part here is a tag. So we'll just quickly go through it, just to recap while everyone's coming in. So we can slip a tag in here, and also I could put like a little mini booklet in here, and we'll do that. I think I've showed you guys how to make a little tablet, but I can show you again for that insert. And then over here, we have a little mini booklet here of 2 pages, and then we have these little spots here, which I have some die cuts here of some specimen slides. So I'm going to show you that today, and then our little specimen slides are all going to slide in these 2 little pockets. I'm using Tim Holtz specimen die set, so that's how I was able to cut the panels for here using the little mini file folder, and then the specimen die. So I just wanted to share that. That's where this that's where these have come from. So that's for here, and then we'll add some Tim Holtz pocket cards or journaling cards to the pockets. And then we did this one here, over here with our little folio that we did. And I showed you guys how to do the extended pockets using the same page but the same elements, like basically a continued pocket from the same paper, so it looks like you have one element that's across an entire sheet of paper. So it continues as you go down the pockets. And these are little slot pockets all here where you can tuck tags, and you could take little specimen slides. You can tuck all kinds of stuff into here. So again, they're like a reinforced little, whoop, I've got a little piece there. Like a little reinforced pocket here, and all of it works as little slots all the way down. And I showed you how to make those. And then this is a pocket here, whoop, to the front there. And then my continued pockets on either side. And I love what Liz had done in her video, and she showed doing a belly band. So if you wanted to, guys, you could go across your 2 panels here, make this into a belly band, and then you can add a tag or something into a belly band on either side. So I just wanted to share that. But I like to keep these mostly flat so they fit like this right into our altered envelope that we did here. And then on this side, I have 2 coin envelopes where we've added these elements in with the slot pocket in behind that goes the full length of our our panel. And then in here, these act as pockets. So we're going to add little journaling cards in here. And then here we can add like a little tag or a specimen card behind here and behind there. And I did the film strip. These are from 49 and Market. I absolutely love these. And I'm going to have more tutorials on these too of different things that you can do. But this is one of my favorite things where you take Tim Holtz photo booth. So these come in like a strip, guys. And they're a photo. And then I've used them behind and just cut them down a bit and use them behind the film strips. And the 49 and Market film strips come in a wide variety of colors. So this one here is the Sunbeam. And I wanted a lighter color because I want to show you guys some different ways to alter these. So I'm going to be doing a whole series on my YouTube channel of how to alter different things using Tim Holtz alcohol inks. So last week in my group, that was the first thing that I had done. And we're going to use some of these pieces in here. So if you want to see my video of how I made washi tape, my own washi tape and a Scotch tape, using Tim Holtz alcohol inks, lift inks, and his, as you can see the detail in these, I've used lift inks and I've used Ranger archival inks and his mixatives to get that beautiful pics. I don't know if the, see, I know the photos are not picking it up right. There we go. But the video is. And you guys can see, this is all copper through here. And then these are the ones that we did live in my group on Friday. So I just wanted to share. So these are so much fun. And I did them on, so you put them onto deli paper, your strips of your Scotch tape. You alcohol ink them. And I would do it in sections. I did it all at once just for the sake of my live video. But when I did these ones, I let them dry in between. So basically I did a few colors, I let them dry. I did a few more colors and let them dry. And that's how come I was able to get this sort of reaction opposed to getting mud. So when you're doing it wet and you're just mixing colors, you're going to get mud. So I just wanted to share that. Each of these is semi-translucent except for Tim's dark colors. They're more, they're translucent except for Tim's dark colors, which are semi-translucent, and his pearls and his mixatives and his alloys, they are opaque. So I just wanted to share that, and you can't lift them. So anywhere where I've got copper, you can't use the lift ink, and you can't use it on pearls. You can only do it on the regular alcohol inks. And they're absolutely beautiful, and I just want to show you guys. So that's exactly what we're going to do today. We can peel up some of our pieces of tape. There we go, that one's mostly peeled up. And as you can see, they are just gorgeous. So even our darkest of colors, you can see that they are see-through. And I can put this into my projects, little bits and pieces here and there. And it's just beautiful, and they're so sticky. And I would leave them for 24 hours to dry on your deli page before using them in a project, just so you know that they are 100% dry. And because they seep underneath as well, as you guys can see when you're creating them. And I won't throw this out either. I mean, this is going to be beautiful collage pieces once I'm done. So once I've used all my tape, I can still use my deli paper and put down the alcohol ink pieces when I'm doing collaging and different things. So I just wanted to share that. So I'm going to put these aside, so we do have them. And then here we have our little back pocket. I did mine the opposite way that Andrea did hers, because I wanted to do a gusset. So I went to the back, we glued our string onto the back, came forward across here. So our string's glued to the back, down here, and we came out the back, forward. This opens, and this is on a gusset. And then I have my brad here with my closure. so we can load this pocket, because I did a gusset on either side. So I just wanted to share that. So that is a pocket that we can like bulk up and add a little booklet into, or we can add a handful of tags. We can do just about anything. I just didn't like in the other method how flat the envelope was, and you couldn't really add anything to it. So I just wanted to share that. That's why I've done it this way. And then to close it, we're just gonna do one of these, and then we let our string hang. There we go. So that's what we have so far. So I'm really happy with that and how it's turning out so far. And then, so today we're going to decorate this, make our specimen cards, and when we close it like this, I want to add our elements to here. So the next week, all we have to do is add in our journal here and finish our front cover. So for the back, all I like to do is do like a little book plate and put my name on there. So everybody can do that on their own, but we'll do the other elements together. So basically for today, yeah, let's just take a second and put this aside so you guys can see exactly what I'm doing. I have done a bunch of die cuts. So here I have 3 specimen slides that I've done, and they're like a craft stock sort of thing. I want to get my bone folder. There we go. Have my bone folder. And then in each of these, I have the little cutouts. So in each of the little cutouts, this is going to tell me approximately what size we're going to need for our windows. Now, you can use anything that you like. You could use a piece of acetate. You can use a piece of like clear packaging. I have these here. My original method was to use these from the 49 and Market film strips because they are perfect, but they're just a little bit too small. So if you can see that, they're not quite big enough from the topper to the bottom to fit here. The sides would work, but just it's a little bit too small. So what I would recommend is using either a piece of acetate, a piece of packaging, or I have these. These are a transparent sticker, and they come in a package that looks like this. And they're called Memories, and I ordered these on Amazon, and they come in all sorts of different shapes and sizes, and the package gives you a really good variety. And this one here out of there is all clear, so that's where these are from this little one here. And so they act like a sticker that's a window. So that's what they are, guys. They're a sticker. And we're gonna ink these up. We're gonna put them together and add our little stickers in. So I just wanted to share that. And I probably won't even take them off of the sticker sheet. I will just attach them in here with glue. So I just wanted to share that. So these ones here are backed up to a little piece of acetate. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put these all together. So I'm just wanting to see where my fold lines are. And the other super fun thing too about the Tim Holtz specimen die, he gives you like a little guideline here. So you could actually add like little pieces of hardware. So it makes it look more industrial kind of looking. So I really love that. And here I have my tiny, tiny little brads. So if you guys can see that, they almost look like little nail heads. So I'm going to be going ahead and adding these elements to here. So you could do that. So the one I'm going to use decoratively somewhere, and the other two that are going to go into the pocket, I'm not going to do that because you want them to stay flat. But the ones that I'm going to have like as standalone elements other places, I can absolutely do this. But if it's going to be something that you're going to put into a pocket, then I don't recommend that. So I just wanted to share, because then you're going to get caught on that pocket every time, and you could end up ripping your pocket. Here we go. So I'm going to go ahead, and I'm going to fold these right along my score line, all 3 of them. And I do have my bone folder, so we're just going to make sure that we're nice and straight and everything looks good. And before I glue these together, I want to ink them up. So my favorite method is to take walnut stain, distress ink, and broken china distress oxide, and do like a really nice patina sort of look. So I'm going to go right into walnut stain. And then you guys can see what I'm doing here. I want to stay in focus. There we go. Yeah, so give that a nice inking. Just like that. And we're going to do 3 of these. So we have those for our little pockets. And I love using Tim Holtz Ideology because it's just so versatile. His little Tim Holtz people and his like his photo booth, his portraits, his paper dolls. They're so great for making like different kinds of elements. So I just wanted to share that. I have some of his, one of my favorite ephemera packs still to this day is still his botanicals. And I love that one too. It's all like chipboard pieces of botanicals. It's just beautiful. You can add them in all kinds of different places. So use what you have. Don't feel like you have to use exactly what I'm using. So if you have different die cuts that have, you know, like little window elements or something, feel free. I also, another idea that was going through my mind, it just didn't really fit, and I wanted to share it too, was that I have another slot pocket here. This is another one of my favorites, but it did not fit this project, but you could alter it, absolutely. It's this one here by, Memories Create or something, and so this is it here, the other big slot pocket, and then this one here when you're scoring down your 4 sides. So it's absolutely beautiful. And then again, that would go like on here for a slot pocket, but again, the size. So that was the only issue that I had with the size, but you could do it like this if you wanted to do it like sideways. So that's another option. So if you have this die and you don't have the Tim Holtz slot pocket like I have, which is the smaller one, this is the Tim Holtz one that we're going to use today. So if you had that one instead of this one, then you could use this, but just do it on the side and then do your pockets this way. So just wanted to share that. That's another option. So don't feel like you have to use exactly what I'm using. Whatever dies and die cuts and things that you have is absolutely use what you have. I was also looking at the light bulb from Tim Holtz. That would be another great option on this project. Making an acetate light bulb and using it as like a little element kind of thing. You could use it as a tuck spot. There's all kinds of things that you can do. Another one of my favorites is his Tattered Butterfly. I absolutely love that, and I use that a lot with his clock elements. That's another one of my favorites. I'm not worried too much, guys. I'm just pouncing and inking these up nice and dark. And the back doesn't really matter too much. It's more the front. But they are going to be like an interactive element that you put inside the pocket. So I'm just going to make sure we have a nice... There we go. Perfect. So now we have all 3 that are all inked up, like this. And then we're going to take our piece of acetate, and I'm not going to worry too much about, so again, we're going to put it together like that. I'm not going to worry too much about where it's going to sit, but we're going to want something, I would think, on the back too. And it's up to you guys. You could either ink the backs of these up as well, or you can add some papers in there or something. So for this, what I want to do is take one of Tim Holt's stamps that I have here, and I have his moth study, and we're going to take, so we're just going to figure out kind of which one's going to fit really well. Let's see this one first. This one's fairly new to me, and I haven't used it too much. There we go. Let's see if we can get one that's a little big. Maybe one of these smaller ones down here. Let's try that one. Just have to give it a little pull. There we go. Yep, that should be a little bit better here. And then for this, I'm going to want to use Stays-On ink, because Stays-On is going to allow me to stamp to plastic, whereas the Ranger Archival is better to stamp on paper, or even the alcohol inks or anything like that with resin and a non-porous surface. And my stamping block, yep, right here. There we go. So we can go ahead and we can do that. So we'll figure out exactly where we want these. So just like this. Sorry guys, I know you probably can't see this too well because I have it on black. Here we go. So there we can see a little bit better. Okay, like that. There we go. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to ink this up just like that. And we're going to come in right in the center and we're going to stamp our acetate. Just like that. Like that. Okay, and like that. So we have our 3 moths on there now. And I'm just going to put that one back. I don't use Stays-On too much, but it's great for stamping on plastic. Okay, now we're going to go right back to our specimen slides, and it's up to you guys. We could decorate these little pieces here if we wanted to. So if I go beside me, maybe we'll do this for one so I can show you guys. And I'm not too worried. So I just want to take something that's like super neutral that has like, this will be perfect because this is just like a nice subtle background with it kind of looks like vintage book page. So again, we're just going to take our glue. There we go. And we're just going to glue this part here of it. Just like that. Oh, I haven't used this in a little bit. There we go. I have little goobers in my glue bottle. And when that happens, I just, yeah, Come on, we're live. We don't have time. Come on. It always happens when we're live, right? There we go. I can worry about fixing that after. There. And we're just going to use that little bit of glue. And we're going to put this down. Here it is. I want you to be able to see what I'm doing. Slide up. There we go. Okay. And we're going to put this, because that's not even at the side there. So we're just going to line this up here. And again, 1/8 of an inch. So we're making sure that we're not affecting our fold line. And I like to flip it over and just follow your shape. And my favorite scissors for fussy cutting are Tim Holtz micro mini snips. These are amazing for getting into, like, if you guys can see that, where I'm precisely getting into all my little nooks and crannies there. And I can do that easily with his scissors. Oh. There we go. So that'll give us a nice subtle background for the inside of here. There we go. And just, yeah. So to make sure everything's nice and straight, it all lines up. There we go. Perfect. And that's going to look like this. And then we're going to take our acetate pieces and we're going to snip that down a little bit, and then they're going to basically, just to show you guys, they're going to go like that. Right in there, like that. There we go. That's what they're going to look like. So super cute. So we'll catch the rest of them up to this so those can dry, and then we'll attach them. So here we go. Here's the next one. We can just go right up from here. So again, I'm just going to make sure that that is completely straight. I like that with the book page. It's really cute to have that kind of showing in the background. And same thing. Yeah, like that. And there we go. And this one here. sometimes something doesn't match up, we just make it match up. So I'm not sure what I've done with this one, but maybe in the die cutting process, I have didn't align it properly or something. So anyways, we're just going to make this completely fit, and we'll improvise. Here we go. So just like that. And then like this. There we go. Perfect. So that's our second one done. Here's the first, here's the second. And then our third one. And we're just going to go right over here to this side. Like that. And we'll go, because I want this book page part here, so yep, I'll cut that right here. There we go. That'll give me more than enough room. Perfect. And then we can just line that up and make it perfect. Yep. There we go. And right along here. Like that. And again, we're going to flip it over. And just trim it. Right along here. Yep, just to get everything nice and even. Whoops. So it's just a matter of matting everything and getting everything in here. You could have inked up and stamped the specimen card on the inside. There's so many things that you can do. I just wanted to use a couple papers from the kit just to keep it cohesive to the overall folio design. Okay, so now that we have our 3 pieces like this, 1, 2, and 3, we're perfect like that. Then we're going to take our specimen slides, and I want to line these up. So basically, I'm going to do one of these where I think this is going to be perfect, just like that. If you guys can see, where it's pretty much going to be perfect. And then I'm going to line it all up. And then that's where I'm going to glue it in, just like that. And then I'm going to come to the outside, and I'm going to cut all the way around, just like that. So we'll start with the first one right about here. And for this, I'm just going to glue, if you guys can see this, I'm just going to glue right around here. Exactly like that. And I'm going to line this up exactly where I want it, like this. And I'm going to slide that up. Yeah, so it's just like that. And then I want to come to the back, and I'm going to glue it all around here, so you don't see the glue marks. Just like that. These are a sticker, and this type of plastic I find does take glue really well, and so does the those film strips from 49 and Market. Some acetate does not take glue very well, and the other alternative is that you could stitch it. So you could put it into your sewing machine and slowly stitch. So I just wanted to share that. But these are actually really great, and they take the glue really well, like the art glitter glue or the PVA glue. And then very carefully, I'm going to come to the outside of this, and I'm going to give this a little trim. So then we're not going to see any of the acetate or the plastic that we've stamped and we've put in here. So then we're going to look something like that. Then what you could do, you could use the little Tim Holtz die cuts, and I've done a few here, where if you guys can see I've cut this, and it says filed and archive and collect and series and specimen. So you could cut this out, ink it up, and then you could put it right on here like that. So we could, let's do this one, it says specimen. That's kind of cute. So we've got it like this. I'm just getting it off here first, and then we can worry about it being straight. Here we go. Just give that a little trim. And a little trim. And a little trim. And then for the specimen, we can do something totally different. We don't have to use the same kind of color scheme. We could use like rusty hinge or something. Here we go. Here's my rusty hinge. And I'm just gonna, this is another little quick thing. If you don't have your sponges in front of you like I don't, you can always just come in with a stencil brush, your oxide, and just, yeah. You could use your little Tim Holtz brushes. You could use just about anything. So I do have stencil brushes. These are actually a UK product. They're called Royal and Langnickel. And I got them. They're a set of, I think, 4 or 5. And I got them from Amazon, and they're really great, guys. They're like the perfect stencil brushes, and they're all different sizes. So I just wanted to share that. So I do use these quite a bit, and I find they're easier on my wrist. The Tim Holtz ones are really short and thick, and you have to kind of hold them in place so they don't click, or I just find they're hard on my wrist. So these are a better option. If you're somebody like me with beginning stages or full-on stages of carpal tunnel, these are a way better option. So again, there we go. That's just going to make it pop. A little bit of rusty hinge. And then we can come in with our walnut stain. And I'm just going to give that a little something. Yep, just like that. There we go. And I'm going to come in with my glue, add just a tiny little bit. There it is, my pin. It is not agreeing with me today. There we go. It always happens when we're live. That's when your glue bottle gums up, or something that you expect to work doesn't. That never fails. That's okay. I just want to add like a tiny little bit, and then I can take my finger and just kind of push it around, because that is kind of delicate. It does glue dry. It dries clear. Sorry, guys. Art glitter glue dries clear. But I just don't like to, I don't like to overdo it. There. And that is super cute. So there's our first one like this, specimen. And I'll put that aside. And then we can come into our next one. And let me see this one. Yeah, we're going to do the same thing. That fits nicely at the bottom. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to glue all the way around here. Okay. Right like that. Okay, make sure it all sits perfectly. Yeah, just like that. And you don't want any glue on your plastic. And then we're going to come over here like this. Yeah, just like that. Okay. And perfect. Okay, and then, whoops, sorry guys, that's loud. And we're going to cut this out just like this. And there we go. That's our second one. And our third one is here. And then for this one, let me see. No, that'll be perfectly fine, just like that. I don't mind if a little bit of that is showing. That kind of gives it some character. So we'll do the same thing. And then you always want to make sure, too, that your stamped side is facing forward. So that's this way. Yeah. There we go. And just like that. So that has a cute little element at the top there where it shows like a film strip. So I don't mind that. I'll embrace it. Okay. There we go. And then around this little corner here. Perfect. And then to give it the patina look, I would just finish these up with doing like a hint of the blue. And I'll show you that. So again, I'm just going to grab a stencil brush. I'm going to take my broken china. So for this, I used Walnut Stain Distress ink, and I inked them up, and then I like to use oxide for the patina effect, because it'll sit on top of whatever color ink you're using. Doesn't matter if it's lighter or darker. The oxide always wants to pop to the surface. So I'm going to pick up some of my blue, and I'm just going to come in, and I'm going to hit these a little bit with my oxide to make them look like they are patinaed. And this is my favorite way for creating a nice patina effect. So my two colors for doing this are Broken China Distress Oxide and Walnut Stain or Vintage Photo Distress ink. And the broken china looks amazing with both. Again, we'll just add a little bit more. So, and the other thing too, don't feel like you have to get sponges for every single color that you have of your oxides. I only use them in your inks. I only use them for the ones that I use the most. And most of the time, I smush the colors down on my glass media mat, and I use them exactly how I am right now with a stencil brush, or again, you can use the Tim Holtz brushes, or I watercolor with them too. So I just wanted to share that. And I've showed that many, many times in my group. And I do the same thing with Tim's Distress crayons. I like to watercolor with them. So again, and I want to just give this a little something right here. Just like that. We're accenting. And then the oxide sits to the top surface regardless of what's underneath it. There we go. It's for a more concentrated look. So just like that. So we have 1, 2, and 3. And we have specimen on this one. You don't, well, we could do something with these, but I'm just going to leave them as is because these are going to tuck. That one we'll use as some kind of embellishment, but these ones here, we're going to tuck these right into our pockets. So we're going to have one here, and we're going to have one right here. So I'll show you guys that. Just like that. We're going to tuck our little specimen slides in here. Just like that. To make it, to give it like a, if you guys can see, a layered look. So I'm super happy with that. Then, as I mentioned, we have Tim Holtz people. So I want to decorate my pocket here. So let's go ahead and see what we have. These are Tim Holtz Portraits paper dolls. Let's see if I have any that'll look good on here. I'm also thinking in terms of size as well. That might be a good one. Yeah, this is more industrial, so I'm thinking, yeah, maybe even, yeah, that's gonna pop. So just go through your paper dolls until it kind of looks right. So I'm liking him. Let's go with him. And then I want something behind him. I do not like to keep my layers flat. So I'm going to show you some more tricks, guys. So we've got our guy that we like here. And I'm using some cheesecloth. This is relatively cheap, guys. I get it for $15. But I get like, I think it's 8 yards. It's crazy. And this is only, I mean, I bought this 5 years ago. And I use this a lot. But I'm still on the same one that I bought. So it lasts forever. So for this, I'm just wanting like a little piece to go underneath him. And it doesn't have to be perfect. So here we go. I've ripped off like a little piece. And I'll show you my trick. This is just giving, for me to be able to give it some fibers. And some, because when I'm doing like stuff that's industrial, I like things to look old and kind of raggedy, right? So that's going to be good. I don't use a lot of lace in my masculine journals, if that makes sense. I use more fibrous things, and cheesecloth is one of my favorite things to use. And that's going to be great. Don't ever throw away your little raggedy bits. That's how I get my little clusters of something that I like to use. Another Fifiism, clusters of something. There we go. Yeah, nice and raggedy. And I like to just kind of, just with your fingers, just separate the fibers. So we have something really, there we go. See that? Nice and frayed kind of looking. And just work it in your fingers. And then you may not like the color of it either. So I don't. It's too light. So if I find it's too light, I'm going to take my piece of cheesecloth and I'm going to wet it. And I'm going to make sure that my glass media mat is mostly dry. And then I'm going to come in with the walnut stain. And you can use ink or oxide, it doesn't matter. And I'm going to take my ink pad and I'm going to put some down. Just like that. You don't want to expose your ink pad to water. But now that this is all wet, and we can get something super grungy. So this is just a super fun way to dye or to colorize any fabrics that you have. If you feel like what you're using doesn't quite cut it in terms of the color that you're going for, like that was super light. I want something more. You can do this with coffee too, guys. I dye a lot of stuff with coffee. And next week, before we do our journal, I'm going to show you guys how to coffee dye a piece of paper, an envelope, some basic things. Because that's what I'm going to do for this one. I'm going to add some coffee dyed paper to our actual, to our journal. Maybe opposed to using digital kit papers because it's going to be smaller pages. So I want to show you guys a quick method of how I coffee dye. And it's super easy. And the method I use actually is using baking trays, and I just to dry it in my oven. So I can do about 50 or 60 sheets of paper in 30 minutes using the oven method. But you don't have to. If you just wanted to do a couple pieces of paper for a project, you can easily do that at your desk. So next week I'm gonna quickly show that. So then we're gonna take our piece of cheesecloth and we're just gonna kind of drape it across here, kind of. See, I'm loving that already. And that's what happens when it falls and it hits a place where you're happy with it, then you kind of already know. It just kind of falls into place. This is mostly dry. It's a little damp. Not much, but enough that I can stick it down and let it air dry. So I'm not worried. Okay, and I'm just going to hit this with Fabri-Tac. This is my favorite glue for doing attaching any kind of fabric. So I just wanted to share that. So I'm going to come right up along here. Yeah, kind of like this. Maybe even. Yeah, we're just going to play with it until it looks right. And do this more this way. Here we go. This is great for any masculine journals that you're working on. Something where lace kind of feels too much. I like to use lace in like a shabby chic kind of journal. I do sometimes if I'm doing like a bird journal, but if it's like a steampunk or a more masculine looking thing, then I like it to be a little bit more grungy. And that's the look I'm going to get. And just move this around, guys, until it looks right. So I do like that. And maybe pull this down a little bit here. Embrace those fibers here. Okay. And I'm going to do that. This is a great way to get some layering into. Okay, yeah, just like that. So he is a little wide for my liking. So I'm just going to kind of give the illusion that he's a little smaller this way. And let's see here. There. I think that's going to be perfect right there. And then what I can do too, let me see here. I can always make it look like he's tucked. I just play with it, guys. This is kind of like my little rehearsal process where I can kind of play with it until it starts to look right. And then once I'm happy, I glue everything down. So I just wanted to share that. So don't feel like everything has to be perfect and go perfectly right from the get-go. Sometimes it does, and things come together really well, and sometimes it doesn't. So this is kind of my like little rehearsal process of where I'm going to put something and how. and I just play with it until it sort of looks right. So I like that even better. So we're going to embrace this where this is coming out further. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to Fabri-Tac it down. And then I'm going to Fabri-Tac him and that specimen card down too, because anywhere that I want, anything I want to stick to this fabric, you're going to want to use Fabri-Tac. So again, I'm super happy with that. Or some kind of a fabric glue. I use Fabri-Tac because I'm in Canada, and it's the same product too. The Beacon 3-in-1. That's the same, by the same company. So I just wanted to share that. That's another great option. So yeah, I'm thinking right here for him. That's awesome. And I'm super happy with that. So it just gives our envelope pocket a little something. So this is how I would embellish this sort of thing. So I figured just to show you guys something different. And this is kind of like my process of how I think. So I just wanted to share that. So see, I'm super happy. There we go. And our specimen slide is here. We've got some layers. And I could even add my little raggedy bits here if I wanted to. Just like that. Maybe it needs something for sure. We are missing something. So I don't want to overdo it too much, but it does need something here. Maybe smaller. Take from it. So again, I'm just going to pull and kind of wrap it around and twist it. There, until it looks right. Okay. And then I could, once this is a little bit more, there we go, a little bit more dry, I can attach a little charm to there, or even to here if I wanted to. So I just wanted to show that, something kind of masculine looking. So we can go ahead and do that after. So I'm super happy. That's how I would layer that pocket right there. Then over here, so this is a bit more of a feminine element, and that's okay. We have a rose here and our little booklet, and we have our 2 specimen slides in here. So same thing with this, guys. We could do some more moths, and we could decorate a little book plate here too if we wanted to. There's so many things that you could do. So like, you know, you use your dies and we create different things. We could stamp some butterflies. So yeah, if you want to do some stamping, I'm going to add some 3-dimensional elements in here as well. But maybe for this one, we'll just, a simple butterfly might do it. So I've already in stays on, so I just don't have to, this is just for me that I don't have to change over to archival right away. So we can just use stays on again, that's fine. And maybe just right above our create right here. There, a little bit of stamping. Maybe I just need to, there we go. Perfect. I gotta let that dry. Does anyone have any questions or any suggestions for our project? I'm happy with this absolutely so far. Same thing, we could do some little Tim Holtz people. We could use some, maybe even a botanical for that front one. Just need to slide over here for a second. Oh. Here we go. My Tim Holtz botanicals I keep in a Tim Holtz Distress crayon tin. I have 2 crayon tins, but my crayons don't fit in here anymore because I have them all. So I have like a great huge container that holds the crayons. So I use these for ephemera pieces. So I just wanted to share that. So all my Tim Holtz botanical die cuts are all in this one. And then the other one holds the my Tim Holtz little people. Maybe, I don't know if that's too much. Oh, actually, I really like that. Right like that, and that gives us a three-dimensional element, guys. Love it. That's what we're going to do. Yep. Perfect. So, and then you don't feel like you have to stay on your page either. Like, you can have your elements like that, like how I just have that, where it's going up and over, so that it just gives your page like a different element and a different kind of feel. So I just wanted to share that. That's another super fun way to layer things, where things are sticking up all over the place. I love that. Okay, so if we do it like that, I'm going to want to glue, here we go, just accents it really nicely. Yeah, right along here, just like that. Okay. And then actually we could clip this right there, so it's not hanging over the side too far, and do that up towards the top. No, even more so, I think. Yeah. Right like that. There, I really like that, where it's hanging up over the top. And I just got to make sure, yeah, that I don't have any glue up there at the top. Okay, perfect. So I'm really happy with that. We could stamp that in a word. Inspire, create, or something across there. Actually, we could use a piece of our tape across here. That'll be perfect. Let's see. The problem is when you go end to end, I have a hard time peeling it up. So with the tape, that's my other recommendation, not to do that, to start out like here and then to here, opposed to going right to the end, because it's just really hard to separate it from the edge of that deli sheet. Yeah, I wanted to use this here that said imagine. Let's see if I can get this to come up. I'm just having a hard time with that one corner, because the edge is like, the way it's cut, it's not a flat edge, it's actually a, like a peeking shear, if you guys can see that, where it's cut like this. So I have a hard time getting that to come off of my washi tape. So that's what I recommend, that you don't go corner to corner with that. I'm not going to fight with it too much, and I'm not worried about it. So what I am going to do for this corner, because this is all I want, is just the corner piece. So if you get that and it doesn't want to cooperate with your corner, I'm just going to cut it out and glue it down. And then it'll be perfect going forward. Yep, on this side. There we go. Or I might even try peeling it. Let's try that. Let's cut it out first. Here we go. Let's see how it works like that. So I can get under this side. Because see, that is a mess. That's not coming up because it's that's okay. It's thin enough, guys, and it works like a collage paper. I pull prints from my jelly plate onto deli paper, and then I use like collage medium and I glue them down into my mixed media projects. So here we go. I just wanted to use like a piece of this like right across here. There. Super fun. Just to give it that little bit of something. There. There. So I've used a piece here. And same thing, we can just keep going with that. Like, so in here, we could do, I have my Tim Holtz people in here. This is the other one. So, I think these are the bigger ones. Sorry guys. Yeah, these are the bigger ones that I have of my Tim Holtz people. Oh, and then I just have to move a couple of things here. There we go. Here it is. This is the other one that has my my Tim Holtz stuff in it. So this is I've separated them so they're small, medium, and a little bit bigger, and then these are the biggest ones of my Ideology paper dolls. And then these are my ephemera packs. And then I can just pull from here and use them for layering. So I just wanted to show that. Sorry guys, that's what I was trying to reach on the opposite side of my desk. Okay. So for the next part, and this is the other fun part too. So beside me I have a ton of book pages. So we have a dictionary here, as you guys can see. And all I do is tear a sheet every time that I want to like just use a little piece. So that's cute, right? Perfect, actually. And then this is super fun. And a great way to use up your book pages when you're gutting books. So this is something I like to do quite often. And what did I do with? I don't want to lose that. That's a pin to my glue. Get that in there. Sorry guys, I am a messy crafter and I always stack things a mile high beside me. It's such a horrible habit that I have. I'm looking for my vintage photo distress ink. When I just lost my little piece of paper, didn't I? Yep. I think I knocked it down. That's okay. We'll make another one. Yeah. Okay. So, same thing, we're just going to rip this and rip that right like this. Okay. Just like that. Yep, and that'll be perfect for right here. Okay. I'm just looking for my sponge. I don't know where I put it. That's okay. Yep, we'll improvise with that too. So again, I'm just going to take my vintage photo. Yeah, my distress ink. Sorry guys, I'm gonna throw it down here. There we go. Yeah, I don't know what I just did with my sponge. Anyways, I'm gonna ink this all up. So either way. So again, you can use a stencil brush, you can use your yeah, I'm not sure what I just did with my sponge. And the other ones I have up because I have to hide them because my cat likes them. So yeah, that's been super fun. It's like houseproofing for a toddler again. Okay, so this is another fun thing. We are going to glue across here at the side and at the bottom. Come on. Okay, there we go. And right across here at the bottom. Okay. And then we can add this right in here. Actually, let's tear this a little bit. Right across here, just looks more organic. There we go. Super happy with that. So we'll add that right in here. Okay. And so this part here is loose. Hold on. So I'm gluing across this side here, which will be on the left-hand side, not the right. It's acting up again. Okay. Come on. There we go. Right hand side and bottom, which gives me, when I flip it, left hand side and bottom. Okay, right like that. There we go. So then this opens, right? Like this, right like that. So now I can take, let me see what I have here. Here we go. I'm going to take something like this, and I can add it right like that into my pocket, what looks like a pocket. So I'm not even going to worry about gluing it down. I'm just going to tuck it inside like this, like it's part of a pocket. So I love that, just like this. And then what I can do too is I can attach this down right here. I'll show you guys. Right like this. Okay. To give it strength. And then this can work as a little pocket here, if you guys can see that, for later. But then I want to kind of zhuzh this up a little bit. So now I'm going to take a Tim Holtz person. Little guy. Let's see. Right like this. That's probably perfect. And I'm going to put him on this part of the pocket, like this, where he's, see? So the continuity, I don't know if you guys can see, I hope you can see. Yep. So the continuity is there of him being as tall as this page, but then this works, if you can see that, as a tuck now all behind here. So then I have like a little hidden tuck space. So that's super fun, right? And you can do the same sort of thing if you wanted this whole element to pop down. You could use him like this, and then have it that it's also on a brad with like a little hinge holding it, so that it hides the actual pocket, so you wouldn't know unless you found the hidden tuck spot. So I just wanted to share that. That's another super fun way of doing this. Now, I do have, yes, these are my collage bits. And I love these because I create them from my stamped images. So I've got him almost ready to go. But what I want beside him is some kind of a clock or some kind of a thing. So this is just coffee dyed paper. And I have a little clock element here. So that's just going to make that pop. And it's still neutral, so it's not going to be too overwhelming. And then I'm just going to take my scissors and I'm going to cut around it. Just like this. Okay. This is how I love to do my layering. And then that's a little hidden tuck behind there. Okay. And then I'm going to do something like this. Where I have the clock like that and he's kind of reaching. Maybe like that for the clock. Let's see here. Yeah, have his feet go. Yeah, more like that. No, he can be reaching like that, and we'll do the clock right here underneath him. Yeah, underneath him like this. Right here towards the bottom. Exactly like that. So I'm super happy with that, and that's exactly how I'm going to attach that down. And then again, we have that little hidden tuck behind there that you can put something secret in there. Like a little secret spot inside the, tuck a little note or something in there. So that's for the recipient of the journal. I won't put anything in there. So I just wanted to share that. And I'm going to glue this whole thing down so it reinforces my pocket. So right here, like that, the whole thing's going to be glued down. There we go. So I still have this little hidden tuck spot right here. So you could take something like, yeah, like the size of this. See? And just tuck it right in here like that, behind there. There. And we're going to add our little guy here, just to give it that little something. And again, if you want to add cheesecloth, you could. Little pieces of fabric, whatever you like. I want to keep this mostly flat though, because it is the inside of this little booklet. So I don't want to go like too crazy. And this here I could leave mostly blank. And maybe just pop maybe just an ephemera piece down like this. Yeah, I think that's perfect. And same thing, just do it like that so it's a little tuck spot. Like this and like that. So I just like to accent it a little bit sometimes and not, you don't have to, so don't feel like you have to, overly embellish everything. There. So again, this is like this, and you could tuck something small behind here. Just like that. So yeah, we'll do that exactly like that. And that's pretty much good here, except I don't like this ugly piece here. So we do want to hide this, if you guys can see what I mean. So we want to hide the hinge and maybe the first little piece of that. So whatever we put in here, it needs to be, aha. If you guys can see that, it needs to be like sort of small, but not. Actually, I think that might be perfect. Well, it kind of takes away from the create. Let's see what we have. Here's a little ephemera piece. That might work here. we can always come back to that one. Yeah, I'm not finding anything in front of me that's really working too well. And that's okay, because I have tons and tons and tons of stuff in here that we can look at. So, I'm super happy with these so far. We've got these, and we'll finish embellishing when we come back to. So we just have that to do. And then we have these. I'm going to quickly check my time. Okay, we've got 10:24. And then for here, I want to attach my slot pockets. So we'll do that, and then we'll call it a day, guys. So basically, let's grab our slot pockets. And then next week, we're going to make tickets, too. So there might be 2 more videos. That's okay, guys. Yeah, we're in no rush. So for this side, I've kind of decided that I want to layer these like this and do two slot pockets going right here, because that's kind of the length of this. So we'll do 2 like this here and with this one. And then I wanted to show you something really fun too, because when you cut out your slot pockets, it gives you almost like a frame that is like a cabinet card. So we're going to make a little cabinet card that's going to go to here. So I just wanted to share that that's what we're going to do for these 2 elements. And whatever we do, it has to cover our little piece of string here. So we want to reinforce this down. It has to be glued, and then a piece over top of it so that it's not going to move or budge or have that fray in any way. So we want to completely hide this element here. So I just wanted to share that. So we're going to go ahead. I'm going to put my vintage photo down because this will be lighter. So let's put our vintage photo down here. Give it a spray. And I'm going to come in with my, yep. This is another great, really quick way to get some color onto your die cuts and your elements, just by putting down your vintage photo, giving it a spray, and using your stencil brush just to move it all around. There we go. And actually, and it does. And so if you don't have, like, if you're not a coffee drinker, you can also use tea. That's the other thing, too. So when we do our coffee dyed papers, you can also use tea. You don't have to use coffee. I prefer coffee because it's darker. So it's more grungy. So that's kind of why that's my preference. There we go. I'm not sure what I've done with my sponge, guys. I'm not sure if I've dropped it. And use a little water. There we go. Just to give it that little something. There we go. So then what I'm going to do is take my 2 pieces and I'm going to attach this one down. So this is how I would do this if I wanted to extend it like I want to for here. So we're going to glue this part here. Whoops. Here we go. Okay, we don't want to glue on here. No, we just want to glue the sides. And here. And straight down here. So both sides, all the way down, right here. So we don't want to glue anything on that side. just right there. Okay. And then we're going to come right into here and we're going to layer this. So I'm going to match these up. Okay, right like that. And same thing, I've got those two sides done. Then we're going to come in here and we're going to do the sides here and the sides here. We're not going to do here because we want the thing to go the whole length. And we're going to go right across here at the side and at the top. There we go. And then we're going to position this perfectly here in our book. So I basically want to go almost perpendicular with this edge here. So I have a bit of room, but then, yeah, and I don't want it too close to the side either. So I have a little bit of room, and it keeps that nice pattern that we created. There, just like that. So that's my new slot pocket. And then there's a piece here, right here, that goes, oh, that one's kind of ripped. That must have been a thinner piece of cardstock. Here we go. Here's another one. Yeah, right like that. Yeah, right like that. So then we're going to want to glue the bottom of it here. Okay. Just like that. And up our two sides, creating another tiny little pocket here. There we go. Just like that. So again, we can take these teeny, teeny, tiny little pieces that are like, I'll show you guys. Here we go. And you can tuck them into the pocket. Now, when we come back in the next video, I have already pre-cut and I'm going to show you guys how to make your own tickets. So I have ones that are from Tim Holtz, and I'm just trying to grab them, sorry guys. They are right here, and they're part of a set called Ticket Booth. So we have all kinds of beautiful tickets. So this is what we're going to do, guys. And I have the matching stamp set, which is also beside me right here. There we go. Ticket Booth. And we're going to stamp them, and I'm going to show you how to make your own ephemera. So this is something I absolutely love to do. And then as you can see, it has little like elements. So I've already cut these from the matching die set, and then we're going to tuck them all like this, so it has them covered in glue. We're going to tuck them into our pockets, all kinds of different ways once we've embellished them. So I just wanted to share that. So that's how we're going to do our little slot pocket here once these are all done. So we're going to ink them up and we're going to stamp them. So I'm sorry guys, I ran out of time today. I was expecting to have most of this done. But you know, it takes a while, right? When you do the layering and all these little things. So again, we're gonna ink that up. So I'll do that after off camera, and I'll get us mostly caught up to where we're pretty much finished. So again, with the layering and stuff, and I'll show you, I want to add something here. I can add something here. I want to fill the pockets. I'm just going to put Tim Holtz pocket cards in there. It's going to be pretty simple, just like the other journal. I would create a tag. So if you guys want to go ahead and create a tag for in here, for in your slot pocket, go for it. Same with here if you want to finish any embellishing or little pockets that you want to make. Today we did the specimen cards. Again, Tim Holtz pocket cards will go in here, and a little booklet for in here. So yeah, and then we're going to add our slot pocket here, and we're going to do like some kind of a specimen card or like a cabinet sort of card for the other side of the panel. And then we're going to add our center journal, and then our cover. So I just wanted to share that. And this is neat because you'll see this element from the closure, like from the front now. So that's really neat. I just wanted to share. Okay, guys, thank you so much for spending your time with me this morning or this afternoon if you're in the UK. And I'm super excited, and I'm really happy how this is coming along. And I was so amazed to see there was a couple of ladies that have gone ahead and they've made one, and they look absolutely fabulous. And I can't thank you guys enough. This is just so much fun, and I love sharing inspiration and you know, my any little tricks and tidbits that I picked up along the way that I can share with you guys. It's just so fun. And as I always say, you know, creativity is contagious, you know, and one person can inspire so many ideas and different things. And, you know, we really are an amazing community. And, you know, you see one person try something and it's like, wow, and you want to give it a go. And then, you know, it inspires other people to be creative too. So it's just amazing. So guys, thank you so much. Again, I'm Fifi the Paper Crafter across social media, and I'm Fifi McLeod on Facebook. And so I'm on YouTube, and my group is called Fifi the Paper Crafters Creative Community. So if you want to check out my freebies, I have a lot of free printables under my group files. We swap there. We also, I do group challenges from time to time for free digital kits. So I just wanted to share that. And I also do them here too. And thank you so much, Lou and Rachel, for everything. You guys are amazing. And I absolutely love you guys. And, you know, amazing. I've got 9 people watching, and then everyone will catch the replay. So yeah, I'll be back next week, and I hope to see you soon. Thanks, everyone. Bye.